Welcome back for another video. Blank Gameweek 29 has proven to be an impossible week to navigate for many teams without using a chip. Not just because of Villa, Palace, Liverpool and Newcastle blanking, but also some unexpected injuries, suspensions and all sorts has forced a lot of hands. If you don't even plan to use a chip this week, you'll still get a lot of value out of this video because we're going to discuss what in my view is the best free hit team and also the best wildcard team. They're both viable strategies this week in their own right, and we'll discuss the pros and cons. So let's get into it, and we'll do the free hit team first. So starting in goal, and I've gone with Sells, who's got that Ipswich fixture, which promises lots of clean sheet potential. They're going to be buzzing after that 1-0 win over City. And they've genuinely got a shot at Champions League football, so motivation is going to be really high here. 12 clean sheets this season, and Ipswich is 27.07 expected goals this season, ranks third worst. In defence, it's a back three of Gabriel, Vardy and Aina. Ordinarily, Aina's not someone that I'd be buying because his price is so inflated now, especially compared to some of his teammates, but on a Gameweek 29 free hit, it's really easy to afford whatever team you want, and I think the double up against Ipswich looks great. At the end of the day, he is second after Trent for points this season as well. Just 3 attacking returns, but he's been amazing for bonus when Forest do keep clean sheets. 15 bonus points is more than any defender, even more than Trent, who's got 5 more attacking returns and as many clean sheets as him. Given how solid Arsenal's defence has been, at least one asset's required on a free hit. And I like the Sells and Gabriel combination a lot more than Raya than a Forest defender like Milenkovic, though to be fair, both are huge aerial threats on set pieces. I think it was December the last time Arsenal scored off a set piece or off a corner, which was that Solanke own goal as well, so it's been a while. Good time to be playing Chelsea though as well, given Palmer's drop in form, Jackson's injury, etc. And lastly, Vardy with that Brighton home fixture. He's the big upside pick. Like, he does have it in him to get a goal and a clean sheet, for a 15-pointer type match. So even outside of a free hit, he's well worth buying this week, given it's 2 home games next as well. 5 goals scored this season, that's more than any defender. Cucurella is actually second with 4 goals scored. Gabriel, Munoz and Ait-Nouri among a lot of names that are on 3 goals. Ait-Nouri's another one actually I would have liked to squeeze in the starting 11. You can definitely make the case for him over Aina if you want to avoid that double up and obviously to target the Southampton fixture. I mean, feel free to swap some peripheral players around here if you want. So onto the midfield, and I've gone with Bruno, Bowen, Cliver and Mbeumo. I couldn't bring myself to exclude Mbeumo given the season he's had. He's going to be extremely high ownership as well, so you have to be a bit careful there. I personally like to cover the core pick still on a free hit and then sprinkle in some fun differentials that make sense. After all, it's for 1 week only the free hit, so why not have a bit of fun with the chip? But I do remember a few years ago I made the mistake of excluding Ronaldo in my free hit. I think they had Norwich. I still went triple Man United but no Ronaldo, and he went on to bag a hat-trick, which completely undid the rest of my free hit's work due to his ownership. 173 points from Mbeumo this season, 20 attacking returns. Kluivert's another one. He makes a lot of sense given the season he's had. It's his best season ever in fact, 12 goals, 6 assists, and he is facing Brentford home. Obviously with Mbeumo, the hope is lots of goals in this fixture. Something like a 3-3 draw would be perfect, since there's no Brighton or Bournemouth defence in this team either. Both have got a very good chance of being involved when their teams do score. Bruno's the really obvious pick for free hitters. He should be one of the first names in your team. Up against Leicester, and he's in form as well with returns in his last 3 games. 7 goals, 9 assists this season, so for comparison, about the same as Bowen's output, or just 2 more assists, same number of goals, but 3 more starts. It's a massive shame Ahmad's out for the season, because I do think the double up would have been perfect for this game week. I mean, Garnacho is a left field shout that I am considering. So yeah, lastly Bowen. He's another differential that I really like for Gameweek 29, and beyond that in fact, if you haven't got your chip active and you're looking for a midfielder around that price to pick up, he's low-key really consistent. The last 3 seasons he's averaged 22 attacking returns. He's on 14 so far this season, really underrated player. And when Paqueta's not on the pitch, he's on penalties as well. It's quite a close call between him and Semenyo, but to avoid the triple up, I opted for Bowen since I've gone for Evan-Nilsson up front. So let's move on to the strikers. It's Evan-Nilsson and the other 2 are Haaland and Wood. So yeah, Evan-Nilsson, he's got 2 goals and 2 starts since returning from injury. It's a crazy differential as well, 1.6% owned, only 5.6 mil as well. So if you're not using the chip this week and you need a cheap striker, he's easily the best one. I prefer him to Beto and Strand Larsen. On a free hit, I do think Beto is still a sound pick as well, given he's home to West Ham, but I've gone for Evan-Nilsson. And yeah, I'm not going to bother talking about Haaland and Wood. I think both are just too obvious on a free hit. And on the bench, it's Pickford, Semenyo, 8 Norrie and Agbadu. So yeah, this draft's about 100 million, so basically it's affordable by anyone. But for more money, you can obviously load some more money on your bench, like Raya and Saliba over Pickford and Agbadu. So what's the pros and cons of free hit in Gameweek 29 then? Well, obviously you can have the best possible team for this week, so that's nice, and you get all your players back afterwards. So Salah, Trent, Isak, Munoz, for example, the type of players you don't want to have in your team this week, but you'd love to have them back Gameweek 30 onwards. Another one is obviously you can save some hits. Like if you're in a position where you're looking at a -12 to field 11, and even then it's not a great team, then you can save yourself some serious points there, plus gain extra points by improving your starting 11. I mean, that could be worth 30 plus points, which is a great return for a free hit. The downside is Gameweek 33 and 34 could be a bit difficult to navigate best. We don't know who doubles in Gameweek 33 yet, or who blanks in Gameweek 34. We're all going to want to maximise our teams for that double, but doing that also means worsening your team the next week in the blank, so many are planning to free hit Gameweek 34. However, free transfers do carry over from a free hit, so if you've got a few transfers right now and use your free hit this week, you're going to get those in Gameweek 30. So if you do free hit and you can get up to 4 or 5 transfers, then that in theory should make Gameweek 33 and 34 navigable. What about Gameweek 29 wildcard then? This one's a really interesting strategy. The challenge again is we don't know the doubles and blanks. Johnny Curry made a brilliant graphic with the percentage likelihoods of doubles and blanks in the upcoming weeks. So yeah, Palace and Newcastle definitely double in 32, therefore we can prepare for that on a wildcard. The draft I've come up with has got double Newcastle and 1 Palace. Beyond that, we've got to work off the percentage likelihoods and try and find a good balance. Man City are 93% likely to double in 33, so we've got double City in the team. So yeah, here's the wildcard team. It's Areola, Gabriel, Vardy or Mazraoui, Kluivert, Semenyo, Gibbs, White, Fernandes, Haaland, Evan Nilsson and Wood. And on the bench, Pope, Salah, Munoz and Livramento. So there are some booked in transfers with this team to keep in mind. The idea here is that Gibbs White is replaced by Eze. That could be Gameweek 30 for Southampton, or it could be straight into the double in 32. Another one is Wood, who swaps out for Isak of course for double Gameweek 32, and it's probably Bruno that would have to make way for a budget midfielder that makes sense that week. It could be Sarr for example, since he's got the double game week, and that would get you up to triple Palace and triple Newcastle for the double game week. And of course, assuming that you wildcard in Gameweek 29 and you still have your free hit, then you can use the free hit wherever it makes the most sense to get the most gains. So that could be double Gameweek 33, or maybe blank Gameweek 34, or maybe even saving it for the possible double Gameweek 36. So are any of you on either of these strategies? Let us know in the comments. Which one do you like more as well? Which one's best for your team is going to depend on how your team looks for Gameweek 30 really, if you were going to free hit this week. Like if your team's got a bunch of issues, then wildcarding might make more sense. If your post free hit team looks absolutely fine for Gameweek 30, then saving the wildcard and using it closer to the double game week looks a bit better. That is the other risk of wildcarding so far ahead of the double game week. Things can change really fast in FPL. Like a week ago, Cunha, Mateta, Hall, they were all in our thinking for the near future, and look what happened there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Our team selection video for Gameweek 29 is going to be out tomorrow on Wednesday, so make sure you subscribe for that if you're not already. See you soon for the next one.